It's your daily dose of Donna. Welcome to the show. Today is Thursday, September 25th. Hope everyone is doing phenomenal today. We are almost at the end of the week. This week was a wild one. I will tell you, it was a wild, wild week. And that's because my kids were home for 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And they finally went back to school today. And tomorrow's already Friday. And that means that they're going to be home for the weekend. And I'm sorry, I love my kids, but I also really love when no one's home. And moms, you feel me, right? I really, really, really love when my house is empty. I love it so much. I'm okay with having no one in my house for a majority of the week. Truly. Like, I know someone is going to get offended by that because someone's always offended. I mean, I should just call my show Someone's Offended, Daily Dose of Someone's Offended. But honestly, I really need to be alone more often for my sanity, right? Unite on that. Like, I volunteer as tribute to live alone once in a while. Now, I'm okay with my dogs, but I would like once in a while to leave my house and then come home and have it look exactly the way it was when I left it. Or even better yet, I go to bed early, a lot earlier sometimes than my kids and my husband. I would love to go to bed and wake up and have it look exactly the way it looked before I went to bed. Like, why are there so many dishes between 9 p.m. and bedtime? Like, what is happening? Why is there science experiments happening in the kitchen? Why does so much mac and cheese need to be consumed at a late hour on a Tuesday, I ask of you? Now, this is a coded message towards the bowling household. Hopefully, the three of you bowlings are watching. Okay. Maybe I need to see my therapist. Everything's fine, Donna. Everything's fine. Welcome to this beautiful day of Daily Dose of Donna. We've got a really wackadoodle episode, but we're going to have fun. We're going to have fun because I got to get my energy out somehow. We've got an update on this weird ass story about the arrest that never happened. Well, an arrest happened at Taylor Swift's house. We just don't know who got arrested. And we know it definitely wasn't a process server. So Justin Baldoni is officially getting smeared. Smear is a horrible word. We also know of a new couple, Scooter Braun and Sydney Sweeney, two of the most hated people officially by half of America. It's the weirdest thing. I think it's a cute couple. Don't at me. Diddy is officially a professor in jail? Like, what? We're living in the upside down. Kate Gosselin is dating her bodyguard for the last 20 years. Where are we? What year is this? Michael Jackson's accusers are asking for a lot of money. And then the really random stories are just going to keep popping up because you know what? It's Daily Dose of Donna. And I'm nothing if not random. I'm about to smear you guys. Let's smear each other. Let's smear each other. Let's lox and smear each other. That just sounds wrong. Everyone, make sure to subscribe and like this video, especially all the 200 new subscribers I got in the last day. Love you all. Thank you so much for restoring my faith in humanity. Everyone, it is your daily dose of Donna. I can count on two things in this world, okay? I can count on the fact that Daily Dose of Trauma. That's a good one. Daily Dose of Trauma. What if that was this show? Would you guys actually watch this show if it was called Daily Dose of Trauma? You know, I'm convinced that therapists really like hearing about trauma. I do wonder if therapists are the kind of people that like to have really depressed friends. You know, my little sister is a therapist. My best friend is a therapist. What does that say about me? Do they really just like being around depressed people? Is that why they're my friend? Jeez. It's your daily dose of trauma. I can tell you about a really traumatic incident yesterday, a severely traumatic incident, but I truly don't know if I can tell you because it would truly make you look at me differently. It would possibly make you unsubscribe. It may make you not want to listen to my show again. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it. Okay. Maybe I'll save it for Patreon. I'll save it for Patreon. It's like a lose your lunch moment. So I'll save it. Okay. Let's talk about some of these crazy. Christina knows me. She's going to do it. She's going to do it. No, this was a moment that I don't know if I can even repeat. Think about, I have an aversion to rats. Okay. I have a major aversion to rats. This is going to drive me crazy. Why didn't you guys tell me this was so crooked back here? Why isn't anyone telling me about this? Hold on. Let me just fix this. Hold on. Oh my God. Is that better? I think that's better. Okay. I have a major issue with small animal creatures that are not dogs, cats, or guinea pigs. Okay. Wait, there's another one that's crooked. The third top one is crooked as well. This one? Okay. I dealt with something that was even worse than a rat yesterday. It was so horrendous, and it was with my trash can. Not my indoor trash can. It was with my external trash can on trash day. Something I have experienced, something, oh God, the umbrella one. Hold on. You guys are killing me. Is that better? Okay. Okay, I have to stop. I literally had an experience yesterday with the external trash can that took me out. You guys are thinking big when you say possum. You're thinking big. Think real small. Real small. Very small. Very, very, very small. No, I did not find Blake Lively in my trash can. Can you imagine? I just opened it. Blake! What are you doing in my trash can? Yasuki. I saw something that honestly took me. I've never experienced it in my entire life, but I literally almost died. And Suki got it right. And it rhymes. I can't say what it rhymes with because I will officially get canceled. I can't even say the word, and I can't say what it rhymes with. So I can't say, I can't say what it rhymes with, and I can't say the word. So I have to say it rhymes. What I can't. It rhymes with Gaggets. I'm about to gag it. Me. I had to deal with them. When I tell you, I have never in my entire life experienced it. I've never seen them. I only saw them in movies. What movie were they in when we were very young? It was like an 80s movie. I want to say, was it like Goonies or one of those movies where it was in? I have never experienced it. I didn't know they existed in this part of the world. I didn't know it existed in my life. I didn't understand. Poltergeist? Was it a Poltergeist movie? The way I screamed, the way I ran away like it was going to go away, like I was going to be able to run away from it, but it was my home. It was mine. It was mine to deal with. So then I had to deal with it. And then I was home alone. Lance was working and it was my experience. So I had to take it by and I was the mother. I was the one in charge. So I went to my kids, right? I have a 10 and a 12-year-old and they were home from school. And these are the people, these are the boys that I'm raising. These are the boys. These are the future men of America. I said, boys, you guys, we have what rhymes with gaggets in our outside trash can. I need help. And they said, good luck with that, Mom. We're kids. Google it. YouTube it. I said, OMG. This is where Mom, is there someone I can call? So what I did was I went outside. I prepared, okay? I went outside with a box of salt and a big jar of white vinegar because I Googled and they said something about vinegar and salt. And I was on the street and I was like, what are people going to think of me? Because I got embarrassed. I was like, this is my trash can. They're going to judge me about my own trash, you know? And I was judging myself. So I understand I would have judged me. So I'm going outside, you know, like this, like, so I'm pouring salt all over them. Salt. I don't think the salt does shit, by the way. Just by the way, salt doesn't really do anything. Vinegar, pouring vinegar. I don't think any of this does anything, actually. Now I'm waiting. Of course, that day, trash guys are coming late. Finally, they come over. The trash picks up the trash, drops it off. And when it drops it off, the trash, the trash lid flips open. So it's open for the world to see. Now I'm embarrassed, right? Everyone's going to see my gaggets. Everyone's going to see the gaggets. So I'm standing inside and I'm looking out the window and I see lots of flies around the trash can. And if you Google what a gagget is, it's a fly egg, no? So I go outside and I'm like, how am I going to handle this? And what I do next is going to shock you. Is I move, because right now here in Los Angeles, like you bring all your trash cans outside. We have 2 recycling trash cans, 1 green trash can, which is for yard waste, and then the black trash can, which is for trash. At this point, Oliver's home. This is my younger one. And he's like kind of into this stuff. He's like, oh, this is so gross. I don't want to see it, but I kind of want to see it. So he goes outside. We move the other trash cans. We were harboring a community. I didn't realize that. They go under the other trash cans. We move the other trash cans. We had literally, it was Lilith Fair. I just watched the documentary. It was the Lilith Fair of gaggets under the other trash cans. We moved the other trash cans. They all, I said, what am I going to do? They're going everywhere. It was the craziest experience I have ever seen in my life. But at this point, they're out in the street. So I said, let them live. They're not in my house. They're not in my driveway. Let them live. Let them go. And apparently they just die. Once they're in the sun, they just die. Bye. Fly free, little birds, you know? But I had to deal with the ones on the trash can. So I let it open. I immediately took my hose. I poured soap in it. I got boiling water from my kettle. I poured boiling water, all of this on the street. I mean, if there was a camera out there, you should have seen what I was experiencing yesterday. Donna Bowling, podcast host, YouTuber, former casting director, and gagget killer. Okay, I'm proud of myself. So I poured them so much soap, so much boiling water, took my hose, sprayed it in there, kicked the trash can over, poured it out into the street. I was shaking it. I was kicking it. I was washing it. I was screaming. I was crying. I was like really I looked crazy. I'll take it. And then eventually, it felt clean enough that I was able to pick it up with gloves, roll it back into my driveway. I didn't see anything. It smelled decent. Poured some baking soda in there, let it dry overnight. And today we have a brand new, clean trash can. And that concludes my story of killing the Gaggets. Now, Billy says, why can't you say maggot? This world is crazy. It's not because of the world. It's because I want to vomit for that word, Billy. Let's move. And meanwhile, Blake Lively probably brought the maggots to my house. Let's move on to the story. How many people, how many people did I lose in that story? Just curious. How many people unsubscribed? In this episode of Things That You Will Get Offended By, let's start with the couple that will offend the most people in the world, and that is Scooter Braun and Sydney Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney shockingly offended so many people in the world because of her pair of jeans. Tell me in the comments today, were you offended by Sydney Sweeney and her jeans? I don't want to get into the meaning of it and why people were offended. Just tell me, what kind of people am I dealing with today in the comments? I want to know. Are we good? Are we not? Are we going to get, am I going to get yelled at today? Are we going to be okay? Okay. Most of you guys are level-headed. All right. And trust me, that we're going to move into a Blake and Ryan conversation because there's a bridge here from Sydney Sweeney to Blake and Ryan. And I'll tell you why. Okay. You guys were good. Thank God you guys are okay. Sydney Sweeney and her jeans offended a strange portion of America. Sorry, but I really do believe that was the portion of America that was just looking to be offended, right? And I think Sydney Sweeney, unfortunately, she is shunned from Hollywood. She's like, Hollywood does not like Sydney Sweeney anymore because she wore jeans. Because officially, I think that people just assume that she is a conservative. And you know how that works here in Hollywood. It's just like, no more. But I think she's gorgeous. I think Sydney Sweeney is gorgeous. I've always thought she was gorgeous, by the way. And I knew Sydney when she was young, when I was auditioning her young. So I always was a fan of Sydney back like before Euphoria days, you guys, when she was young. Now, Scooter Braun, on the other hand, I'm a fan of Scooter only because I don't care about his Taylor Swift drama. I don't care about all of that. I liked Scooter from his Justin Bieber days because remember, Justin Bieber, when he was on when he did a documentary when he was like 14, like one of those years, you got to go back and watch that documentary. It was when he was singing Baby, like the good Justin years. Scooter Braun, when he was like heavily involved in Justin Bieber's life, he just seemed like such a good dude. And that whole Taylor Swift drama, everyone turned on Scooter. Although I did just see an article the other day from someone, Taylor Swift's former manager from when she was like from 2007, 2008, who said that Scooter Braun actually didn't do anything wrong. And now I'm wondering, do you think there was a smear campaign on Scooter Braun? I don't know. Am I crazy? Does anyone have the insight on whether or not Scooter Braun actually did anything wrong when he bought the music from Taylor? Elena says that whole feud was manufactured. Someone tell me. I would like to go deep dive. Taylor Swift is a little not on my like amazing list this week after all the subpoena gate. So very curious about everything. I think there was more to it, Gwen says. I'm actually very curious. We should do some deep digging into that feud because it was very, very interesting how much Taylor really jumped into the Scooter Braun of it all, how much she really jumped into like, I don't want to call her a victim because I think the reality was she really didn't own her music, but what the world turned on Scooter in such a horrendous way. So I really do wonder. Tracy says he did nothing wrong. Her father was her rep and ignored the option time period to buy the music. Yeah, it's very interesting. So Scooter became like America's villain because Taylor Swift, America's sweetheart, was hurt, quote unquote, by Scooter. Very interesting. Oh, Ocean has a little bit more information here. Yes, it was a burn on Taylor, especially because Scooter repped Justin Bieber and Taylor doesn't like Justin because of Selena Gomez. Yeah, I think that's like, Do you really think it was that deep though? I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see. We'll have to see really. I would like to know the real story behind the scenes because I feel like everyone just like makes the stories. And do we really know what happens behind the scenes? Very interesting. Now, that being said, this couple is an unlikely couple, but I kind of love it because it's two people that were kind of quote unquote canceled by Hollywood. And now they're kind of joining forces together. So I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Unlikely couple, Sydney Sweeney and Scooter Braun are hanging out together. They were seen on a date night at celeb favorite LA hotspot. According to Dumois, they were seen at John and Vinny's here in Brentwood, California. Now, John and Vinny's, by the way, if you guys are, I'm assuming it's only here in LA. John and Vinny's is an amazing restaurant. It's an Italian restaurant. There's one in Brentwood, there's one on Fairfax, and then there's one actually here in Studio City. Here is the really amazing clear picture that you can see so much. I mean, really, it's just gorgeous. But Dumois is posting the picture. They look so in love. Just kidding. She's literally just staring at him across the table. It's a Dumois exclusive. It says Sydney Sweeney and Scooter Braun 1,000% dating at John and Vinny's Brentwood last night. Everyone is, very fast to be mad at them because, the offended crowd. But, people like, does she not have a PR team? People are saying they're perfect for each other. Just a couple of MAGA cuties, the most nauseating of all time. This is what people are saying in the comments. Of course, I'm not saying that. Says a lot about her. Ew. It's giving, breaking her own record of self-destruction, et cetera, et cetera. That's obnoxious to me because I actually don't think he or she deserves like so much hate for anything that they've done. Personally, I don't think Scooter Braun is. Does he really, really get? I don't know why he gets so much hate other than the Taylor Swift thing, but maybe he does. I don't know. Micah says Scooter, and I don't hear Micah talking a lot of smack about these people. So I'm actually curious what Micah knows. Scooter's always been the used car salesman in the industry, so it's easy to see why he's hated. Well, you tell me. You tell me what he's done. What has he done that is so bad, Micah? I don't know all the details about the music industry. Like, I'm really not heavily in the music industry to know all the stuff. I'm sure he's shady. They all are. He was married to a beautiful woman. They did get divorced. He's a father. Brittany says he forces artists to work when they are having breakdowns. Well, what manager doesn't? Tell me one manager that doesn't take advantage of their artists and their clients in the music industry and in the acting industry when they are under severe pressure and literally about to self implode. But if they're about to make money, they force them to work. I'm listening to Allison Stoner's memoir. Did I tell you guys this already? I'm almost done with it. It is phenomenal. And I don't say that about a lot of young actor memoirs, except Jeanette McCurdy's. I thought that was phenomenal too. But Allison Stoner's memoir is so good. But it's about the same shit. Literally on the verge of death with eating disorders and all kinds of crazy stuff. And her agents are like, keep working, keep working, keep working. It's just crazy. Micah continues, just personality type, overly salesy, overly opportunistic, and ambitious, overly Ari Gold. Okay, but who isn't in this industry if you're an agent or a manager? I would like to meet one agent, manager in the music or talent industry that's not overly ambitious, salesy. Aren't they all? I feel like they all are that way. They're all sleazy vibes, at least the ones I know. So I just don't know why he gets such a bad rap other than the Taylor Swift drama. I think that's why everyone hates him so much, just because of that, because they're all this way. I literally don't know any agents and managers of really powerful, successful clients that aren't sleazy and gross and pushy and salesy. They're all that way. just like every powerful CEO, every powerful politician, every powerful um, entrepreneur, every powerful person in Hollywood, they're all ego driven, narcissistic people. Cause I think that it's like it goes hand in hand. It's very hard to do one thing versus the other, in my opinion. That's how I look at it. Christina, who names their kid Scooter? Is it a nickname? I'm pretty sure it's a nickname. I don't think that that's his real name. He's Jewish. I've never heard a Jew named Scooter. His name is Scott Samuel, in quotes, Scooter Braun. Okay. His name is not Scooter Braun. His name is Scott, which makes a whole lot more sense. Yes. Even on his Instagram, it says Scott Scooter Braun. So I'm sure his close friends call him Scott. I'm sure when Sydney's on a date with him, she's like, "Hey, Scott, Scooter. Hey, Scott, Scooter." Um, let's do some more like research into this. Now, I think it's interesting. They went on a date where they met at Jeff Bezos's wedding, and then since apparently he's really into her, and now they're kind of hooking up, and it'll be interesting. You know what I was talking about with Lance the other day, and this will be an interesting conversation. I'm going to be interested to see who who will be offended by this one. Why do some Hollywood people get the pass for mingling with conservatives and some don't? Like Sydney does not get the pass for mingling with conservatives, but Matthew McConaughey gets the pass. Does that make sense? So Matthew McConaughey is a huge um oh my God, RJ, nothing like yelling out Scooter in the throes of passion. Scooter! That's horrible. I can't think about that. Think about Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey is definitely a conservative, right? I don't know if he talks about this, but the only reason I say this is because I saw a big thing on YouTube the other day of him on Megyn Kelly. And I thought to myself, well, if you're choosing to go on Megyn Kelly to promote whatever it is you're promoting right now, that's because I'm assuming you're conservative. Because this is a choice to go on Megyn Kelly. And if you're not a conservative, you probably wouldn't choose to go on Megyn Kelly. That's not like a must to go on Megyn Kelly. You're choosing to go on multiple different shows. And I like Matthew McConaughey. This is not like a dig on him. But Hollywood embraces Matthew McConaughey. They have no issue with him whatsoever. So why did Hollywood push out Sydney Sweeney? It's just a thought to myself. I'm very interested why some people are embraced and some people are pushed out. Just a thought. Anyway, Matthew McConaughey is very cute, by the way. I just watched an interview with him. I saw in People magazine, like a little clip of him with his mom and his son. What is he pushing right now? I think he's pushing it. I thought it was like he's pushing is it a book, another book or something? He's an interesting guy. I liked his book, Green Lights. Wasn't it during COVID years that he released that with his drawl. He definitely isn't a conservative, but he's okay with conservatives then. Well, then I like that even more. So he's okay to go on Megyn Kelly. Well, then that is even better. I think that's even better. More people should be good to go across party lines. That is even better. Okay. So, it's because he has that Texas drawl. All right, let's move on to another story. Guys, we are officially living in the upside down. Because if you are in prison right now, you could take a class taught by Diddy. Yes, that's true. If you were in New York right now, P. Diddy would be your professor. And it would be a business class. Are you open to it? Are you open to learning entrepreneurship from Diddy? I'll tell you one thing. You should not take a dance class from Diddy. I've already told you this many times. Diddy is not a good dancer. I've taken a choreographed slash, it's kind of like a dance uh, kickboxing class with him. Man, this guy sucked. And his breath was really bad, but also he sucked so badly. And he was knocking into me and sweating all over me. And I was like, dude, isn't this your career to have a little bit of rhythm? It was a little annoying. So thank God he's not teaching that in jail, but he is teaching entrepreneurship. I just didn't know that he had it in him. I just didn't think he was very good with his business, but apparently he is. Apparently, according to this article, he is teaching an entrepreneurship course behind bars and he's earning glowing reviews. Did you know? Apparently they do like a Yelp. I didn't know that they do like a almost like a TripAdvisor, TripAdvisor or like a Yelp, you know, prisoncoursereviews.com. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like it's odd. It's like a strange place to assume that Diddy knows what he's doing, considering that he lost probably everything he owns. But it's okay. Inmates are claiming the class was life saving. Life saving. It was highlighted. The program was highlighted in a court filing seeking leniency at his upcoming sentencing, noting that he's been running a 6-week class. Oh my God, you guys, you can't make this shit up. The class is titled "Free Game." Free game. He called it something. It's called Free Game with Diddy. That's not a joke. Free Game with Diddy. Starring Diddy. Would you take the class? I would. Is it free? What do you guys think? And it provides fellow prisoners with foundational knowledge in business management and exclusive access to the strategies behind Sean Diddy Combs' journey to becoming a globally recognized business leader. And there's also a bonus lesson on how to provide the perfect amount of lubricant. I just made that part up. Mildred already signed up for sure. I think I think Mildred's trying to get into this prison just to date Diddy. That's just my personal opinion. If you know, you know. I mean, look, I'm all about using your time wisely. But participants taking the course, which Diddy taught on a blackboard in a prison classroom, I'm surprised they don't have dry erase boards at this point, develop the skills necessary to thrive in competitive environments. It says among those who have taken the class and became friends with Diddy during the 14 months he's been in the MDC include, here are some of the class students. We have an alleged pimp. We have alleged gang members. We have numerous alleged drug traffickers and a former corrections officer turned armed robber. You can't make this up. I mean, this is going to be a movie. One of the warmest letters comes from a man accused of murdering another inmate, who Diddy's lawyers say is now a close pal of his. The letter comes just over a week before Diddy is due to be sentenced for flying in male escorts to have sex with his girlfriends for freak-offs. I want to read that letter. You know, one day I did kill another inmate in the prison, and I am a murderer, but it doesn't matter because now I know how to use my money wisely. Thank you, Diddy. Oh, we have a copy of the letter. Excellent class. Keep up the great work, it says. Look how nice that writing is. This guy's got great penmanship. Who knew? Gwen has it perfect. BYOBO, bring your own baby oil. It's like a massage class. Wait, why does this murderer have the best penmanship I've ever seen in my entire life? Ollie says, I'm shocked by that handwriting. It's like a teenage girl. Seriously, is there like a happy face there too and a heart? It's truly the best handwriting I've ever seen. That is definitely not the murderer's handwriting. That is literally my son's, girlfriend in his class. I'm like, what is going on? Brittany says it looks like Lisa Frank's handwriting. Like, what is happening? Excellent class. Murderers write so nicely. Who knew? They're just like us. This is really fascinating. Fascinating. He got 5 out of 5 out of all of them. Do you think any of this has to do with the fact that he's Diddy? I'm just wondering. It is the upside down world. Everything is upside down these days. Free Game with Diddy is a 6-week educational program designed to equip participants with essential skills in business management, entrepreneurship, and personal development. It traces his rise from humble beginnings to becoming a globally recognized icon and influential business mogul. Over the 6 weeks curriculum, prisoners learn practical tools and strategies to launch and manage new businesses. He offers them lessons in resilience, decision-making, accountability, and adaptability, and aim to inspire through storytelling. He taught the class first come, first serve basis. And oh my God, in order to pass, participants had to write an essay showing how they incorporated the class material into their long-term goals. This is incredible. Other points state, just do it. Choose a short-term goal. Make a plan. How much? How long? And there's a whole lot. We have a whole note here from someone. We have a picture of do you guys want to see a picture of one of his students? One of the pimps? This is VB says, my brain is running so fast with jokes, I literally have to jump off the chat. Here's a pimp. Not here's a pimp. Here's a picture of one of his pimps. Not his pimps, but his student pimp who really learned a lot. Okay? This is in the Daily Mail. I didn't find this. This is his pimp. Accused pimp Douglas Welch, whom prosecutors described as extremely violent and who allegedly once attacked a sex worker. Okay? This is not a joke. With a baseball bat, said that he's been focusing on his health journey since Diddy's course. And this is his writing. He also has some nice writing. Look at that, you guys. It means so much to me to be able to work out with Sean Combs. We both push each other to go harder with our diet. And we keep track of how many reps and how long we've been working out every day. When I'm released, I can move forward with what I've learned from his class. He has taught me a lot in a little time, not only in his class, but when we work out together every day. He taught me to focus on bettering myself instead of gossiping or getting into trouble, which is easy to do in prison. I think he deserves his freedom. I've met some violent people since I've been in prison, and he isn't made for this place. Sincerely, Douglas Welch. You guys are sick-minded. Teresa says, go harder. Micah, we'll push each other to go harder. I'll just tell you this. Do you think not for 1 second he didn't say, you guys, you know Diddy. I'm Diddy. Like, push me to get out of this prison, and I'm going to hook you up. Like, there's no question. He's doing this so that he gets himself. And there's so many look how many he's getting so many other letters. I mean, this guy has never gotten so much love. All right. Well, good for Diddy. I wish I got that many good reviews on my podcast. Maybe I should teach a class in entrepreneurship in prison. It's amazing. All right. Let's move on. Good for Diddy. Good for Diddy. I do want to remind you guys that this week's episode is brought to you by Ollie Dog Food, because if your dog could talk, they would beg for Ollie. You remember my little puppy. I just posted a picture of little Wrigley on my Instagram today. Did you guys see? Oh my goodness. My little sweet Wrigley. I'm so obsessed with that dog. I'll share you guys a picture while I tell you all about how much Wrigley loves herself some Ollie. This is little Wrigley yesterday. Ollie is the best dog food. Honestly, I told you that I had to take a 2-day break from Ollie because I was out of it. And yesterday, I finally gave her back her Ollie, or just a couple days ago. And she's so much happier because Ollie delivers clean, fresh nutrition in 5 drool-worthy flavors, even for the pickiest eaters. There's 5 protein-packed recipes. There's fresh beef, fresh turkey. Yesterday, I gave the fresh lamb. She was obsessed with it. Dogs deserve the best, and that means fresh, healthy food. So head to ollie.com/dailydose. Tell them all about your dog and use code dailydose to get 60% off your welcome kit when you subscribe today. Plus, they offer a happiness guarantee on the first box. So if you're not completely satisfied, you'll get your money back. That's ollie.com/daily dose and enter code daily dose to get 60% off your first box, 60% off. Thank you guys so much for checking out Ollie. It's the best. Now, I promised you that I was going to tell you this little Blake and Ryan tidbit. Which reminded me about Sydney Sweeney and her jeans. So Katie Couric, I have my thoughts. Katie Couric blocked me on Instagram because I talked about her and Liz Plank. Now, Liz Plank, if you guys remember, is Justin Baldoni's former co-host of the Man Enough podcast, but she also hates men, which doesn't make sense. It doesn't align. I don't understand how you can get a woman who despises men as a co-host of the Man Enough podcast. Now, Liz Plank is a man hater, in my opinion. I played for you guys the video the other day of when she posted her "I don't like men" video. Well, it wasn't really that, but she was blaming the world's anger and all the world's problems on only men, which we can agree is not the case, obviously. But, well, I can pretty much, that's my opinion. It's not really the case. Now, I will say that Katie Couric and Liz Plank teamed up to do this new podcast called Boy Problems. Katie Couric blocked me when I said something about it on my stories. Katie Couric allegedly, because I don't follow her, obviously, I don't see her. She is everything. I think she has like a severe case of TDS, right? She hates Trump. She hates anything right wing. So Sydney Sweeney came out with that jeans ad, and now Katie Couric has come out with her own version of the jeans ad, but it's for colon cancer research, which I have no problem for. Her former husband, who passed away sadly at a very young age, had colon cancer. Katie Couric's husband. And back when I really, really liked Katie Couric and really respected her, I loved her book. I bought her book a few years ago. I listened to her audiobook. I thought it was phenomenal. I used to really like Katie Couric. So I'm really sad about the fact that she is like teamed up with these strange people. But the colon cancer part, I'm all for. And I think that's wonderful that she does that. But she kind of is making fun of Sydney Sweeney and the American Eagle ad by doing this new ad with the jeans. The reason I bring that up is Ryan and Blake have not been seen together forever, right? Forever, but months. Other than these alleged sightings that they had when they were in Canada together, but they were not public appearances. Apparently, they were seen together at some drive-in movie theater with their kids for some private, just seeing a movie family experience. But he has had all these public appearances. He was at TIFF. He has been doing, he got the City of Vancouver key. He's been doing all these public appearances for this new documentary that he's coming out with for this John Candy movie that he produced. And she's nowhere to be found. She did this New York City glossy pop appearance. And then, of course, she did her Gossip Girl big post the other day, which to me feels like she's moving out and going through boxes and feeling very sentimental and wishing she was, trying to remember her old life before she started dating him. But the point is, they're like, it feels like very much like they're living these separate lives. I had my TikTok that has gone viral talking about that Gossip Girl post, keeps getting all these comments. 30% of them are telling me that I'm insane and I should go touch grass. 10% of them are talking crap about the fact that I'm Jewish because I'm wearing my Jewish star. 70% of them agree with me, and then they tell me that I'm probably doing the math wrong, are telling me that I am onto something. And a lot of people are giving me some tips about Blake's sightings. So, like yesterday, someone said Blake was seen at Disney World yesterday with her sister and the kids. So Blake is allegedly out and about doing her thing with the kids. Ryan is not anywhere with the kids and Blake for as long as we've seen. We have not seen them together. The fact that Blake was at Disney World, if that's true, apparently this woman's daughter helped Blake and her sister get on a ride. But apparently, I mean, it's weird that we don't have a picture of that. Not one person saw Blake Lively at Disney World and posted it or talked about it or tweeted it or anything. But the point is that she had, Ryan was in Philly yesterday because he's promoting this movie. And so I went over to Ryan Reynolds' Instagram because I'm very interested in just like kind of seeing what's going on there. And you guys, you have to tell me, I'm married. I am very, very proud of my husband's accomplishments. Okay. If my husband or I am going through a public lashing, for example, if my husband was going through something where he felt like where the world was going against him, or he was getting publicly bashed for a lawsuit that he was part of or something, I would still have his back. Okay? Because when you're married and when you love each other, in my opinion, you hold strong. That is like your alignment. You're supposed to stand by the ones you love. And in reality, Mildred's pissed off at me. Yes, we know you're married, Donna. In reality, you're supposed to stand by the people during your hard times. And the only people who kind of like drop you when you're going through a hard time are the people that care more about their own public appearances, their own public, situations than they do about you. Blake and Ryan have not, I should say this, Ryan has not publicly acknowledged Blake Lively in any capacity for months, right? We already went by the birthday, nothing. We already went by, you guys tell me when the last time he said anything about her. Months. The last time she said anything about him was during that little lake picture, but he didn't reshare it. He didn't post a picture of her at the lake. He didn't post anything about the family or any sort of recognition about her doing her glossy pop appearance. He's not promoting her Blake Brown stuff. She is just sharing random things. She shared that, and then she maybe shared one more thing about his movie or something. But it's one way. It's one way only. And he is literally forgetting that she exists. And it's very, very, very odd. So on his Instagram, of course, I went because I have always like a little bit of a interesting, I'm like sniffing it out. I went over to his Instagram, and unless he posted something in the last legit hour, it just feels too real that this is so odd that he is, going on tour for this movie, for this John Candy documentary. This is a very big project for him. I would say this is a groundbreaking documentary for him. And he goes to Philly yesterday for the night that he is premiering it. He looks like crap. I'm just going to be honest. He looks like crap. And he has David Letterman, who truly looks like Santa Claus. I mean, what is going on with David Letterman's facial hair? It is wild. But he looks like he's got David Letterman next to him here. And I'm going to open up the post for you guys so we can look at it together. And it says, John Candy, I like me. It should say Ryan Reynolds, I like me. It says, John Candy, I like me. An evening with Ryan Reynolds and friends had its first tour stop last night. So this is first. This is one of the tour. This is opening night of the tour, guys. And it says, thank you to my friend David Michael Letterman for joining me on stage for a moving, hilarious, and thoughtful chat about John Candy. I love Letterman for so many reasons. World-class wit is obvious, but it's his warmth, humanity, insight, blah, 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 blah. And there's no better place to begin the tour than the Prospector. It's my favorite movie theater anywhere. Da, 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 da. Check out the last slide to see if we're coming to your town. Thank you, all these people. Okay? Oh, my God. Khaleesi, they look like mothballs. I mean, David Letterman, truly, he needs to do something with this facial hair is it's a strange look. It really is. Okay. So for Blake Lively to not go and to join him on his first night, like as a supportive wife, I find that really weird. Everyone's going to be like, but her kids. You guys, Blake Lively does not miss the opening of an envelope before this red carpet, before this drama, right? She was not missing SNL for her kids. She was not missing anything for her kids. What do you mean for her kids? She has 46 nannies. This is in Philly. They live in New York, Connecticut, wherever, East Coast. You know I don't like, I'm not good with geography. I thought Kansas City was in Missouri. You guys told me I was wrong. I'm sorry. I don't know a lot. So this is really strange. And also, yeah, she didn't need to be in the pictures, but she wasn't even there. She wasn't even behind the scenes supporting him. She wasn't even part of it at all. Fine. Okay. Next. Then, you go through the pictures. Of course, he looks so annoying, right? Now, of course, one of the first comments is Bart Johnson, the big ass kisser in the family. This is the sister's brother. I'm a sister's husband. Can't wait to see this. Letterman has been delivering is such great, thoughtful conversations. What? Okay. And then, of course, the other ass kisser, Don Saladino. Can't wait. Okay. I'm not seeing Blake Lively even liking. I'm not seeing Blake Lively commenting. That's weird. You wouldn't even like or comment your own husband and say, so proud of you. This is so phenomenal, love bug. It's weird. Okay. So, of course, he goes through all the pictures and, mothballs unite and they're smiling and so cute and so sweet and blah, 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 blah. And another picture of them together. And, here on October 2nd, it's in LA. Should I go? Oh my God. What if I went? Wait, Zach and I should go. Someone tell me where it is. I'm going to go. Let's see. I would get people. I'd have to go in disguise. JohnCandy.com. You guys, should I go? People would throw things at me if they recognize me. Hold on. Los Angeles. The Montalban? Where is the Montalban? It's at the Montalban? Vine Street. The hell is this place? It's actually pretty sold out. There's only, here, I'll show you guys. It's actually pretty sold out. There's only a few seats in the back remaining. Oh my God, should I go with Zach? Like we can sit in the way, 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 way back. I should go. Can we film in there? They don't take your phone, right? I should go. I'm going to tell Zach right now. Okay. So then, back to this. So she doesn't post anything. She doesn't comment or anything. And then on his stories, this is what I thought was fascinating. So Rob Mack, his boyfriend, one of his many boyfriends, says, so proud of you, Van City Reynolds. So people are sharing their support. So proud of you, Van City Reynolds. And then over here, of course, he has to share something right in the middle of it of his children's hospital, which I'm not against. Obviously, this is amazing that he does the children's hospital visits. I think it's wonderful, but it's a very interesting time to post right in the middle of the tour stuff. And then look at this. He posts Katie Couric's reel, of course, which is her colorectal posts. He posted twice, 2 times in a row. And this is the reel, which is her talking about the colon cancer. And it's saying, speaking of genes, and if in case you guys haven't seen it, which I haven't even seen it, let's watch it for a second.
Did you know that the majority of people who develop colon cancer are not genetically predisposed to the disease? That's why doctors recommend everyone 45 and older get checked. Mine are televised.
Katie Couric gets regular screenings.
Okay, so he posts that. Blake Lively in the meantime, you would think would have some sort of she just went from 42.7 to 42.6 million. How do I know? I'm not weird. I don't pay attention to those things. She just lost another point whatever million followers. She has not one story. You guys, that's weird. It's weird. There is no relation. It just doesn't seem. This is for a couple that is so obsessed with each other and is constantly shouting out from the rooftops how much they love each other. It's weird. Okay, let's go to our next story. Yeah. How long have we been doing this for? Do we live here? It's so true. That makes so much sense, Lily. She goes, are we sure Maximum Effort didn't produce that ad? Seems like it's his style and there's really no other reason for him to retweet it. Well, he is very big into colon cancer, not into colon cancer, but into colon cancer screenings because the reason I know that is because he got a colonoscopy on Wrexham, on his Welcome to Wrexham documentary, which is why Lance, my husband, got a colonoscopy. He was like, I should get one. So he is big on that. But I'm sure they did it. I guarantee you they did it. That does make sense. I wonder if I go to Maximum Effort on X. I bet it will say that they did it. You guys are so smart. You're so smart. He totally did it. Maximum Effort posted, and now Katie Couric with the scoop on screenings. Totally. They did it. And then, of course, they also did John Candy. So they're posting both those things. It's really interesting. Okay. So let's move on to just another story, an old school story. Kate Gosselin, you guys, this was kind of a random. Oh my God. Gwen, he's really into perineums. He really is obsessed with the anal area. Kind of can't get it off his mind. Why is he so into it? You know who else is obsessed with the anal area? This is so disgusting. You guys, I'm sorry. I must be old. But page 6 or New York Post that posted about Cardi B on Call Her Daddy? Please tell me you saw this. I posted it in my stories. I was like, what in the world is this? And I can't even believe that New York Post reposted this. I was going to die. Cardi B was on Call Her Daddy. Did they remove it? Cardi B was on Call Her Daddy and talked about her BBL. And is it possible that they took it off their stories because it was so gross? Where can I find it? It was so. Oh, here it is. It's so gross. Did you guys actually watch this clip? I wanted to die. Do you like Cardi B? Check this out.
rumor that like my boyfriend dumped me because my BBL stink. And it's just like the way this ass be getting in, it can be. No, but the thing about me is I'm very, very anal. Funny. I'm very anal about how I smell.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know who made the rumors that BBL stink, but it's like it doesn't stink. Well, how would a BBL stink if you don't got no open wounds? Why? Because your ass is fatter? You can't clean a fat ass?
Oh my God, I want to
You don't know how to clean a fat ass?
You do.
I do.
What? What? I have to watch the whole episode because apparently she was really funny on the episode. I just can't, like, I don't want to think about the smell of a BBL. And why do they smell? You guys like her. That is so funny. I have to watch it now. All right. Now, who here watched Kate Plus 8? John and Kate Plus 8, more specifically. I need to know. John and Kate Plus 8 was my comfort TV. So were the Duggars. I'm not going to lie. Back in the day, I used to watch the Duggars with my dinner when I was like a single girl. When were they on? Was I even single at the time? I loved the Duggars. I loved John and Kate Plus 8. I used to watch all those shows. I used to watch Sextuplets, like Outdaughtered, all of those. A dating story, a wedding story, a marriage story, all the stories, a baby story. God, I used to love them all. TLC for life. Like, I want to get a tattoo called TLC for life, you know? TLC of the 2000s. That was my jam. Loved it. So I watched all of this shit. And John and Kate Plus 8 was my comfort TV, especially when she would yell at him. Like, I was comforted by the shit that I would get. And the shit that she would give him, I was comforted by it. I don't know why. She made me feel like I was nice. She made me feel better when she would yell at him for breathing loud, right? I was like, I will never be that mean. Anyone else got comforted by her horrible mothering? Now, apparently, Gosselin, one of her many kids, one of her 8 kids, but one of the sextuplets, is blasting Kate because she has been revealed to have a relationship with her ex-bodyguard years after these affair claims. So essentially what's happening is that Kate Gosselin, has revealed that she is dating the famous family's ex-bodyguard. 19 years ago, 19 years ago, she was pictured with this bodyguard. His name is Steve Neild. And they've been together since 2008 because he started working for her in 2008. I don't know if you guys remember. Here's some pictures of Kate with Steve Neild back in the 2000s. But they were together. They were working together when the couple was still married, right? I mean, look at Kate when Kate tried to like get a better hairstyle. Wasn't that crazy? And so they have been together for all of this time, apparently. But they've been like on and off, I guess. No one really knows the whole deal. But they were pretending that they weren't together, even though they really were. The insider is saying that they have wedding plans. There's no doubt that Kate is crazy about him. Things are serious. Even though she is not immediately returning, comments, or she's not confirming it, but they have resurfaced Monday when she gave an update on her love life on TikTok. Apparently on TikTok, she revealed that she's actually finally dating in a rare love life update on her TikTok. And she said that she has a new partner. But the truth is, she basically is, everyone kind of knows that she has been in a relationship with this guy for a long time. And Colin is not happy about it because he is revealing his truth, which is basically that that it's been going on for a long time. John the ex-husband wrote on Instagram, sharing a screenshot of the coverage of the relationship saying, guess who really ruined the marriage? Read for yourself. Here is his post, and this is where there's the drama. And I will forever love John and Kate drama. Like, bring back the show. Honestly, things are so crazy in life right now. I wouldn't mind if we got a John and Kate +8 season 86. Don't you guys agree? It says, guess who really ruined the marriage? Read for yourself. This is John Gosselin's post. And it says Kate Gosselin is dating Steve Neild, her ex-bodyguard, at the center of cheating rumors. And John says, maybe when I speak, people will listen now. Now, listen, John Gosselin's also a little bit of a mess. I'm not going to lie. Okay. But it's still good drama for me. I enjoy it. It says that he says, no one believed me. Guess I was right. Because apparently Colin, who also took to his own Instagram stories. Now, Colin is the one that she kind of pushed away, right? She pushed away and she said she apparently sent him to like a boarding school. He was like the difficult kid. Do you remember that? And he's the only one that she has no real relationship with, which is so sad. He also doesn't really have a relationship with his sisters and brothers. So this is the story. He says, we've been, in the quotes, we've been dating a little over a year. And then Colin says, well, what about when we'd go on vacation and you made me sleep on the hotel cot while you and Steve were together? Or when I'd be in a connected room while you shared one with him? What about when you were on Kate Plus date, but Steve's home address was the same as yours? You've been with him. You told me I broke our family when you couldn't stay true to my dad. I'm not here to shame you, but you don't understand the fact that dad and I have cried together from all the hurt. I'm done staying quiet. You guys, that's sad. Then he says, this is my formal invitation to do a lie detector test with my mom, LOL. Then we'll see who's been lying straight to the public. I'm so serious, by the way. Not the lie detector. Not the Katie Janela lie detector. And then he goes back to work. Grind time. My baby, I love you, Groot, for his cat. So he's trying to make it like normal again. But guys, I feel bad for Colin. I feel bad. So apparently, Kate Gosselin had an affair. But why didn't they just say this years ago? The drama between Kate Gosselin. I would like to also see if I could trick a lie detector. Should we try to do a lie detector live on my show? And then them ask me like things that are I'm obviously lying about and see if I could do it. I would like to do that. If you guys run a lie detector, please reach out to me. Email me and see if we can do a live lie detector on Daily Dose of Donna and see if I can pass it. I would like to. And then the final story today is pretty crazy, and it's about Michael Jackson. Real blast from the past today. It says Michael Jackson accusers are seeking massive $400 million payout over alleged sexual abuse. In 2025, Wade Robson, you guys remember Wade Robson, yeah? Wade Robson and James Safecheck are seeking a $400 million payout over accusations that he SA'd them as children. His estate revealed the eye-watering number in new court documents related to a dispute with Jackson's daughter, Paris, about legal fees. Until this point, the specific amount Robson and Safecheck were seeking was unknown, but now it's known. The estate is currently involved in at least 5 litigations and arbitrations. Now, fun fact, every time I drive over to my sister's house in Encino, I drive past the Jackson house, like the family home, the Jackson family home. It's on a main street in Encino. It's the brick home. Like, you can Google it. It's kind of crazy. It's on the map. Like, in the GPS. It's like right there. How wild is that? But I fully believe Wade Robson and all the other accusers, don't you? And if you ever watched any of those documentaries, I fully believe the accusers. I have such a bad pit in my stomach over that story about those boys. Don't you guys? Tell me if you're with me on this one. Or do you guys not believe the accusers? I hope you guys agree with me, right? We haven't talked about Michael Jackson on my show. Am I going to lose you over that? Someone tell me. Uh-oh. You guys don't? Some of you don't believe the accusers. Oh my God. Some of you guys do. Judy says Wade is a known liar. Shauna agrees. Okay, some of you guys do. I'm not a bot says you don't believe the accusations. Kathy says we'll never know the real truth. Everything about the documentary was debunked. You guys, they were kids. Redondo says she's a member for 3 months. Thank you. On a side note, I used to live by the Brady Bunch house. So do I. I live somewhat close to it. I know exactly where it is. That's awesome. Oh my God, you guys. Thank you, Micah. Some of you guys believe, some of you don't know. Okay, I'll tell you something. Oh, Candace Owens doesn't believe? Okay, I believe. I'll tell you something. I've told you guys the story about my friend's dad. My friend's father is a child psychologist, and his job is to get involved with the kids. So he sits down with the kids in these cases. He doesn't know the parents. He's never involved with the parents whatsoever. He sits down. He's hired by the court to sit down with the kids and to talk to the children to see if they are telling the truth or not. And many times he sides with one parent or the other, which is not usually, and a lot of times not the popular parent. I told you guys a little bit of a situation with another celebrity couple once, I think in a members only. I can't tell you here because it's too wide of an audience. And honestly, he did the Michael Jackson one. He was on trial. If you Google him, you would know who he is. He was on the trial. He was hired by the court system to talk to the accusers. And I 100% believe him. And he 100% believed those children. Okay? That's how I feel. I do not believe that some children can lie, but usually the lies can be, this is a tough one. This is a very, very, very tough one. Okay. Well, it says adding to the financial strain, Paris is fighting the estate's lawyers over the growing fees, there's a lot of fees, obviously. It's a huge payout. I mean, Wade Robson is now 43. James Safechuck is now 47. And they claim they were essayed by Jackson as children from this HBO documentary called Leaving Neverland. Do you guys remember that documentary? Or is that, is that the new documentary or is it the old documentary or a new documentary? Because isn't there a new documentary that's coming? There's a lot of documentaries and movies on this if you're interested in watching. Let me see if there's a new one, if Leaving Neverland is the new one. HBO's documentary Leaving Neverland was removed from HBO in October 2024 due to a legal dispute with the Jackson estate. U.S. courts ruled that the film violated a non-disparagement clause from a 1992 contract, leading to the film's removal without the possibility of returning to the platform, sorry. It was a 2019 documentary that shook the world. Yes, I remember watching that, and I was like dying over it. It's a really hard watch, but it's removed. So it's not accessible to, like, it's hard to find. So I don't know how but I think that there's a new Michael Jackson documentary coming. Leaving Neverland 2, Surviving Michael Jackson, a sequel to the 2019 documentary Leaving Neverland, was released in March 2025. Directed by Dan Reed, the film follows the legal battle of Wade Robson and James Safechuck, who accused Michael Jackson of SA. Key details, it premiered on Channel 4 in the UK on March 18th, 2025. In the US and Canada, it became available on YouTube through the channel Real Stories. So there is you can watch it on YouTube. Here. Let me show you guys the trailer. This is interesting. If you're interested in watching the trailer here.
Jackson was a pedophile. That's not negligent.
Pursuing this was the act of fighting back. People must have known. I can't imagine how they didn't know.
Wait, can you guys not see
there was
this?
something weird going on.
Sorry.
And nobody in the organization did anything about it. I want my day in court.
I don't buy it. I think these two are financially motivated, and I think you are.
Is that Andy?
Michael Jackson got away with this for a long time. If the corporation
Was that Andy
facilitates
Signore?
abuse of children, then the corporation
Wait,
should be held
hold
liable.
on. Was that Andy Signore? I am so confused. Is Andy Signore in this? What is happening?
It was knowledge that there was something weird going on. And nobody in the organization did anything about it. I want my day in court.
I don't buy it. I think these two are financially motivated, and I think you are.
Michael Jackson got away with this for a long time. If the corporation facilitates abuse of children, then the corporation should be held liable. Period.
A California jury in a box. That's their fear. Pedophiles don't operate in a vacuum.
Judgment is entered for the defendants.
This fight's long from over. This is not right.
It's draining to go through this over and over again.
They seek delay, we seek justice.
When it comes, I'll be ready.
I am tripping. I need to text Andy immediately and talk to him about it. Okay. That was wild. Well, we will definitely have a conversation about that. Agree to disagree. You guys agree to disagree on some of those things, right? None of us know the truth. This was so long ago. That was wild to see Andy Signore in that. Okay, you guys, I will, that's it for today. Long ass show. I adore you. I love you. Thank you for sitting through my incredibly uncomfortable conversation at the beginning, middle, and end of the show. We talked about maggots and Michael Jackson. How weird could it get? I adore you. Thank you for subscribing, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.